before the masks, before the fame, there was one man whose guitar could light up the night sky. A Bronx kid with a dream, a lightning bolt guitar, and a sound that changed rock forever. This is the untold story of Ace Frehley, the Spaceman of Kiss, and how he lost it all, only to rise again. Paul Daniel Ace Frehley was born in the Bronx, New York, in 1951. He wasn't a star kid, he was a street kid. Trouble in school, constant fights, but when he picked up a guitar, the world went quiet. He loved Chuck Berry, Jimi Hendrix, and the Rolling Stones. But more than anything, Ace loved volume. His parents bought him a $25 guitar. That 6-string would later shake stadiums around the world. 1973, a classified had changed his life. Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley were looking for a lead guitarist. Ace showed up wearing one red sneaker and one orange. They knew immediately this guy was different. When Kiss formed Gene, Paul, Peter, and Ace, they weren't just a band. They painted their faces, turned up the amps, and created the most explosive live show on earth. And at the center of that storm, Ace Frehley. His riffs were razor sharp, his solos otherworldly. They were superheroes with guitars. The Spaceman, the Demon, the Star Child, and the Catman. Fans didn't just hear Ace, they felt him. By the late 70s, Kiss was unstoppable. Their albums went platinum. Their faces were everywhere: lunchboxes, comics, even pinball machines. But behind the scenes, the fame was burning them alive. Endless touring, pressure, ego battles. Ace started drinking heavier. And though he was struggling, his creativity hit its peak. Shock Me, inspired by a real onstage electrocution, became one of KISS's greatest anthems. The Spaceman persona wasn't fake, it was who he truly was. He didn't just play like he was from another planet. Sometimes he lived like it too. By 1982, the cracks couldn't be hidden anymore. Ace hated the business side, hated the pressure, and when Peter Criss left, it didn't feel like Kiss anymore. He walked away, the Spaceman left orbit. Frehley spiraled. Alcohol, accidents, arrests, the headlines were brutal. The same man who once lit up Madison Square Garden now found himself lost in space. But Ace was never built to stay down. In 1978, even before leaving Kiss, Ace had already dropped a solo bomb, New York Groove. When he went solo again, in the late 80s, that song became his anthem, his comeback call. With albums like Frehley's Comet and Trouble Walking, he proved he wasn't just a Kiss legend, he was a rock icon on his own. Guitar World called him one of the most influential hard rock players ever. Through the struggles, Ace found his sound again. He was sober, focused, and ready to take back his legacy. 1996, the world got a miracle. Kiss reunited in full makeup for the first time in years. The original lineup, the original magic. Fans cried, the band roared, and Ace Frehley was home again. The tour sold out globally. Old wounds healed, at least for a while. Eventually, the tension returned, and Ace stepped away again. But this time, it wasn't failure, it was freedom. Today, Ace Frehley stands as a living symbol of survival. He's been through fame, addiction, heartbreak, and rebirth, yet his music still inspires. He may have fallen from the stars, but every time he plays that guitar, you remember, legends don't burn out. They just keep shining. In the end, it wasn't fame that defined him, it was the fire that never burned out. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more.